Shall we begin?
Why would a good God allow suffering to exist? Does God really exist?
Let's begin now.
Why did God command the deaths of so many people in the Bible? Why does God remain so hidden?
Let's begin now.
Welcome to The Third Degree. My name is Sule Prince, and I'm here with Dr. Tony Costa and Samuel Say. Samuel, when it comes to abortion, is there a limit in which a woman is not able to have one? Would it be 3 months, 6 months, 9 months?
Yeah. Sadly, Canada has zero laws and zero restrictions on abortion. We're actually behind international laws on abortion on this issue. We're actually the only democracy in the world with zero laws at all to restrict babies being aborted. And so what happened in New York recently, I was glad that many Canadians were rightly upset about it. But I think many Canadians are very ignorant about what's actually happening in our country, where we actually have it worse here, where, again, it's legal at any point, whether it's 24 days, 24 hours, 24 minutes before the abortion.
So you could actually terminate abortion anytime prior to birth?
Yes.
Wow.
It's incredible. What about the arguments we always hear, Samuel, about what if a woman's been raped, a young girl's been raped? It's torturous to think that she has to carry the child of this rapist in her womb and then deliver this baby. Would this particular case be a justification for abortion?
That's a difficult one. Not because it's ever okay to kill a baby, but because sadly there are women who've had to deal with this. Women who've been assaulted, who've been raped, and who've sadly, been put in a position where now they're dealing not only with being attacked and by a man, but now they're also dealing with having that attacker's baby, with making the whole issue so much more difficult. Yes. But as I said, it's never okay to kill a baby. Look, what makes an assault wrong, what makes rape wrong, is that it's an assault on someone. The person is being attacked. Well, it's not right then to think that we then need to assault a baby to death to solve that. Because the abortion isn't going to kill the rape. It's only going to kill the baby.
Okay, that's good. Yeah.
Yes.
And one example is one thing I tend to say to people to make it more clear for them is this. Imagine if there's been a woman who's been attacked. She gets pregnant. She has the baby. Baby is now 2 years old. And then say that perhaps she's your friend and she invites you over and you're just talking. And then she goes to the kitchen, grabs a knife and she wants to kill that baby. You say, why? And she says, well, the baby's now 2 years old. And every time I look at the baby, I think of the attacker. I want to kill the baby.
Yeah.
You would say, no, that's okay, right? And rightly so. And I know you're also against abortion too. Yeah. But sadly, many people who would say it's wrong to kill the 2-year-old boy wouldn't say that it's wrong to kill that same baby just simply months and years earlier in the womb, right? The only difference is that the baby is now older and in a different environment, right? But sadly, many people don't see it that way. So it's never, ever okay to kill a preborn baby for no matter what the reason is.
It's interesting because the famous comedian D.L. Hughley was a product of rape. And look how successful he is in his career and his life. Yeah. Can you imagine if his mother, who was raped, chose to end his life?
So it's funny, actually. Last year, I went to a high school and I was talking to a young man, and he was saying it's okay to kill preborn babies if their mother was raped, and that's how the preborn baby was conceived. And his friend actually gets very, very upset and comes to him saying, "Don't you know that my father actually raped my mom, and that's why I'm alive?" And then I went to him saying, "See, what you're saying is, if you say it's okay to kill babies because of a rape, you're saying you don't want your best friend to be alive." And thankfully that day he became pro-life.
Wow.
Oh, beautiful.
Put that into perspective.
Yeah. So you always hear this by women. You hear it on TV. It's my body. What do you say to that?
Yeah. Well, that's not true. Scientifically, we know that the preborn baby isn't the woman's body. The preborn baby is in the woman's body, but at the same time, that's a different life, it's a different human. The baby is in there so that the baby can be protected. So even if she doesn't want the baby to be there, it's still not right to kill that baby, right? She can simply deliver the baby and then get her for adoption. There's never, ever, ever a case to kill the baby. The baby is not the body.
Good point. I was also thinking as well, related to that when a woman says it's my body, do they say they have two heads? Do they have 20 fingers? Do they have 4 legs? Well, if it's your body, well, then you have extra limbs and so forth. But no one talks like that. But when we think about, when people talk about a woman's mother's life being at stake, you have situations where women die in childbirth. Historically, that has been going on for millennia. But when someone says, okay, Sam, a woman is going to deliver a baby, it's either her or the baby, the life of the mother or the life of the child. So in many cases, people would say, oh, well, of course, we would opt for the mother's life and the child should die. It's a thorny question, but how would you answer that?
Yeah, it's actually funny. There's a declaration called the Dublin Declaration. It's a declaration signed by over 1,000 medical professionals who say that there's actually never, ever, ever a case to have to kill the baby to save the mom. By the time that, most people don't know that, right? By the time that a woman usually receives a life-threatening pregnancy, the baby's already viable. So by that point, you can actually induce labor, induce delivery. So you never,
or a C-section.
Exactly.
Right.
You never ever have to kill the baby to save the mom. Never.
Oh, so that's like a hoax.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So it's one of those urban myths.
Yes.
Interesting.
Oh, Samuel.
Which is very prominent in pro-choice.
Okay. Thank you, Samuel.
Thanks so much, Samuel.
Thank you for watching this video. If you like what you see, please press the subscribe button right below. And beside that is the bell icon. If you want to receive all of our notifications of everything that we do, press that icon as well. Thank you.